Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. I hope everyone has been enjoying their week. We're almost at the weekend. It has been a while since I've done an episode of the podcast, so I do apologize that I didn't get an episode in after the Europa final. I've been, I don't want to say I've been busy. I have been. Uh, when I did my last episode, I was on my way out to Portugal. Literally the next day, I caught the final, and then I headed out that evening. Went to the Azores, and then went to the mainland, and then came back. Had a day or two, and then went off to do some other curricular activities. So right now, I would say was the best time to get an episode in. I did try to record an episode in Portugal, but it was hard to find the time, and I know that's not an excuse. I was on vacation, but you know what? When you come back and you're after walking everywhere, especially in Lisbon. So we were going all over the mainland. The island that I was at in the Azores, we did a lot of walking too. But that being said, yeah, I didn't have the motivation after doing a lot of physical activity on my trip. So, but it was a great trip. I did do the Benfica tour. I do have a photo of our lovely gaffer, Ruben Amorim, from his days at Benfica. If you do the tour, I highly recommend it. If you ever do visit and you go to do the tour, or you visit the stadium, I highly recommend the tour. It is a great tour. They take you through the whole stadium. Some limitations because they're getting ready for a festival in Lisbon, but yes, it was great. Obviously, I'm not going to recap my thoughts on the Europa. I think everyone shared their thoughts seconds after a loss. Milliseconds, literally, like even during the game, even I was expressing my frustrations. But yes, I think everyone has gotten the point. I'm well aware that a lot of things have been going on since I last recorded an episode. Matheus Cunha is now a member of Manchester United's squad, which I'm happy about. I know when we were discussing about having him join, I know he was my third option behind Mayo and Mbeumo, but we have him. He signed. He's there. Bryan Mbeumo, that is being worked on at the moment. Medical, wage, everything, final contracts, and the motions being signing. So that's exciting to see. So two key figures for the attack, which is important too. Listen, I know I mentioned on previous episodes, I'm not going to really get an episode out until we have those signings. And obviously now that Cunha's there, we have the signing. Mbeumo's on his way. I can discuss that too. And that's the impact. You're looking at two players there at the number 10 that will help our attack. It will. And the one thing that's getting me excited is our attack when you're looking at it. I know the striker situation is still being worked on. Delap, who I was kind of excited about hopefully getting, goes to Chelsea for 30 million. Again, like I'm just going to be repeating what every fan channel, every news outlet, like Gyökeres is talking about joining. Yes, we know he wants to talk about. We know about this roller coaster, what's going on in Sporting. We know the back and forth roller coaster with Arsenal. Sesko is looking like potentially being the target for Arsenal, so we're seeing that go there. Osimhen, I don't even know what's going on with that. Nobody. I feel like that's just moved on. But yes, now there's talks of Gyökeres again. Like this is the crazy thing about the transfer window. It's just one moment there, one moment not, and then we're going here, 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 and here with this player, that player, whatever. And right now we're trying to make sales. We are. They are, like, this group is trying to sell. I will get into probably Garnacho, though. I think that story is, I wouldn't say done, but it's there. There's not much to say now about the whole Garnacho thing, but he is part of the sale. Him, Rashford, Antony, and Sancho. 2 out of the 4 will probably be sold in the next month, I would hope. Antony has taken a pay cut. Good for him. Like, he wants to play. And again, I was always a fan of Antony. It didn't work out. I did like his work ethic. I did like the things that when you see him play and do the things that he did, you saw elements, but it wasn't consistent enough, and it struggled. He didn't fit with the Prem. But the way he played at Real Betis, the mentality that he brought, I figured he'll excel there. And he did. He excelled on the loan. And him taking the pay cut, willing to move and continue to play, perfect. Rashford is dreaming a daydream of playing at Barcelona. I don't think they want to pay him his wages. Nobody does. That's the downfall of Manchester United. Sancho, Chelsea sent him back because he didn't want to take a wage reduction. Sorry. So, and you have teams like Juventus, Napoli, who want him, who are willing to transfer him. He does not want his salary reduced because he has won a Conference Cup and sat around and had a mediocre time at Chelsea. So you know what, he's doing what he thinks is best and just taking money away from Manchester United and not playing a single. He's not going to go on loan again. If Manchester United are smart, they just give him nothing. Like, I'm not saying give him nothing, but they just let him go and train with someone else. That's all he does. Like, and Rashford, those two have burned their bridges. You can say Rashford, Garnacho, and Sancho have burned their bridges with this club. Have burned their bridges with the managers. Obviously, Sancho never had an issue with Amorim, but I think with the way things went with Ten Hag, Ineos, everything, it's time to move on. So you're looking at getting rid of those 3. Andre Onana is on the block as well. That could potentially be sold, so we're waiting on that. Right now, it's trying to remove these 3 and build a culture where you go back to what we used to do, what fans grew up watching. The fans that grew up in the 90s watched, and the fans that lived through the Busby era, hopefully you get them back and rejuvenated as well. So they had the Busbys, you had the Sir Alex time, but they're trying to build something. But yeah, it was tough to try and think about what today's episode it was going to be, especially when you're looking at everything going through. I have the latest article of the Manchester Evening News. Just taking a look here. I love the title. What's the date on this article from today? So yes, Manchester United transfer news. Mbeumo close. Jadon Sancho agreement. Garnacho latest. So the approval. So we're going to be hearing a Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Probably in the next week. So we'll see that. Hopefully have that going on. So let's just take a look to see what's happening here. So, yeah, here's one thing I just saw. Mateus Cunha and Mbeumo sent Manchester United warning. Former Manchester United midfielder Paul Ince is encouraged by the club's decision to super Cunha and Mbeumo this summer, but has warned the pair that they will require more than just talent to succeed. After wrapping the signings of Cunha from Wolves for $62.5 million earlier this month, United are now understood to be closing to Mbeumo, submitting an offer to excess of $60 million. So the Cameroon, well, obviously Mbeumo scored 20, and we saw what Cunha did. I think it was 15 goals this season, which was good. But just to look at this article now, because I just came across that, which was kind of unique. Did not expect that type of article to come up, but yes. But from what I'm looking at this article here, yes, they're not wrong from the point. When you're looking at it, like, again, when you come here, it's the mentality, it's the badge. Again, this team can bring happiness and sadness all in the same time, but it can be complicated when you wear that badge. But yeah, here's the quote, because again, this is from Ince. I have seen a lot of players come and go that can't deal with the pressure of playing for the biggest club in the world. It's not just about the talent and their performances. It is about, can they deal with the pressures of playing for Manchester United? And that's the most important thing. And like I just said, it's when you wear that badge, it can be complicated. It can. So that's what it is. It's not easy to be with this club, and fans know it, players know it. It can be tough. So, that's interesting to see, but it's it's just a wait and see and how things go. I'm excited for the two. We just have to see. And again, United move as well. Let's just take a look to see where we are. Jonathan David offer. That's something new I've been seeing. That's for Juventus. That has nothing to do with Manchester United. As of 1:00 this afternoon, but I'm sure that has changed since, Juventus have reported closing on an agreement with United to sign Jadon Sancho. Reports in Italy have claimed the agreement could come in the next few hours. But I know Fenerbahce, Napoli are in it as well. Yeah, they're trying to get him, but again, from what I've been hearing, is it's the money. He just, it's about the money, and sometimes players just don't want to lose that cushion that, that's there. So yeah. That's the update from the Manchester Evening News. Just going to check to see what else is going on. Ruben Amorim, new attack to unlock. Yep. So that's from the People's Person, which I've never heard before. I know. And again, the Jokeris thing is just difficult to understand. But Ruben is trying to change this culture, which, it's tough. It can't be changed in one season. That's the truth. Or one transfer window. It takes time. And he's working on it. So, but he wants to build the structure. He wants to build everything. So, just taking a look at my Twitter as well, just to catch up and see what else do we have here. Let's just take a look. It's just, again, you can see a list of like 50 people being linked to Manchester United, and sometimes it's tough. And yeah, and here's the thing. Right. Yeah, I'm just looking at here. This is from another fan channel. Again, like I mentioned, the wages. Yeah, there's talks about the $25 million transfer that they're willing to pay for, but again, it's the salary. That's the problem. It's the salary that's, but we'll see. Because from what I'm seeing here, this is, let me just see. Let me just look at this lovely time of, yeah, no, I did check that time. That was way earlier it was way this afternoon. So right now, no updates yet. Let me just see here. Let's check my little computer. Yes. Let's see what's happening with Jadon Sancho. That's, yeah, again, nothing new so far. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Everyone's reporting Juventus is closing in on Sancho. Yeah, again, because of Sancho's wages, that's what's holding off. Like, again, they want their money. They want their comfort zone. So it's, the question is now, when you look at the salary, do they reduce it? There's so many obligations here, and I don't want to ramble on as I'm trying to read and catch up on everything. I don't want to spend that whole episode, but yeah, the money, that's what it is. It's all about the money for the players' salaries. That's what it's causing. It's going to be a problem for Marcus Rashford too. It is. Like, they want their comfort zone. So again, this is all in Manchester United in the end. This is what they're trying to change. Like, try to get rid of these salaries, get rid of these overpayments. Because again, Sancho's not worth it. He's not. Like, Chelsea sent him back. Rashford, obviously with Villa missing out on Champions League, they're not going to go for him. So you're looking around here, you're wondering, hey, what's next for these two? Unless Saudi Arabia comes in and starts to pay them, it might. I know there's talks of Casemiro. There's rumors of him going to Saudi Arabia, but again, it's all rumors. And this is the difficult part. Like I mentioned when I'm doing an episode here, I don't want to repeat every day, every new episode of like, here we go. We might have this player. Here we go. New keeper coming in, potentially coming in. And I know there's talks of Diego Costa coming in. And I am a fan of Costa, as again, I follow the Portuguese national team, so I know you see how good he is. Sometimes he can have that weak hand in blocking shots. But him as a penalty shot stopper is just incredible. And that's important to have as well. So that's key. So we'll see how that goes. I know, again, Onana, having Bruno staying now is also key too. Again, is important. You have our captain. He rejected Saudi. I know during and leading up to the final, there was talks with Saudi. I even thought, hey, potentially he could be going. It's the truth. I think I even mentioned that, once we had already decided to go. What if he was already out the door? I thought that. There's nothing wrong with thinking that. We do a fan channel for speculation, ladies and gentlemen. We try to speculate. So yeah, I thought he was leaving. Did I want him to go? No. Money was decent. Yeah. We'll see what happens next summer. we will. But yeah, like we're linked to a bunch of players, and the one thing too is different is no European tournaments, which is, I think, a relief. The team can get healthy. The team can get into the right spots, learn the right methods, like learn how the system works. But like the one thing that's killing me is the fan channels, fans and news outlets, like they don't want Manchester United to build. They expect Manchester United to be top two. Like they're supposed to be there. And us as a fan base contributes to it, and the media also contributes to it. But Ruben's going to get his time. I'm Ruben in. I'm in, but like the one thing that's killing me is like these people are writing him off saying he's gone by December. The one thing I found remarkable and helpful the way this season is Ten Hag goes, Ruud comes in. We saw the manager bounce. Ineos did not continue on because, hey, we don't know what happens with that manager bounce. But they moved on to get the right player, the right coach in. So Ruben went, and you saw the whole thing go. And you saw exactly what everything was wrong with it. And it's the truth. You saw everything wrong there. And for those fans saying that Ruben needs to go because they didn't see enough, I saw enough to see exactly what the problems were and what needed to change. It's not the manager, it's the players. We said it under Ten Hag. We're saying it under Ruben. They need to go. Now, there are players there that played well under Ruben. De Ligt, Maguire, Heaven, Maz, they all played extremely well under him. And the question is now, what's going to happen there? The midfield, we're going to have our questions. Bruno, Mainoo, Ugarte, Casemiro, Collier are all going to be there. So we'll have that rotation in the middle, but we need more depth. We need more depth at center backs. Like wing backs, we should be fine. We have a depth of 10s, which is good. So it's just a matter of, and we still need a striker. Because again, it all depends on how they're going to use Xerxes. And again, this offseason is the important piece here. Getting familiar with the system, building those spots. And what I'm calling it now is Xerxes will be the starting striker come the preseason. Nothing against Højlund, but come that preseason, Xerxes will be that number one striker. He'll be starting. Yes, I will. And for that first match against Arsenal, Xerxes will be the striker. He will be. That's how I'm looking at the formation. Xerxes at the 9, Bremo and Cunha at the 10s, Bruno at the pivot with Ugarte on his right, Ahmad, Dorgu as your wing backs, and your back 3 are probably going to be Maz. Oh yeah, and there's Euro too, so probably going to be Maz, De Ligt, Euro as your back 3. And then probably Onana and net. That's your Arsenal starting 11 for day one probably. Anything could change. We could have other players coming in, but I'm just saying, that's what could potentially be. But we don't know what's happening. Again, like I said, I can record 10 episodes and it's going to sound repetitive because we do not know what's going on. I just read you the transfer update from the Manchester Evening News. I'm pretty sure I saw 50 different reports today of the same stuff that I talked about. And like I said, once we hear the official "here we go," it's boom. So let's see what another report that came out, just trying to find a place for Onana because they're looking to sign another keeper. Because again, we're waiting on Højlund and Inter. Manchester United drop Alejandro Garnacho Price after shirt stunt and Ruben Amorim. They're pushing to get him out. Like I said, the mentality has to change. So that was one day ago. I know there's talks about this. Let's just check any update on Garnacho from the news outlets. So just to advise, it is midnight here in Canada where I record. Sorry. Because everything's within the last day. So let's just see what this is reporting by the Evening News. Man United could make Alejandro Garnacho transfer U-turn to spark 4 signings. Because I know, what was it, yesterday? They announced that it was 70 million for Garnacho, which could happen. So let's just take a look what in the world they're talking about. So let's just take a look here. Garnacho, yes, has no future. Told to find a new club, but catalog of incidents, yes, and we're well aware of the Rashford jersey, whatever. So yes, unwanted players with Sancho and Antony. Let's just see here. Yes, 60 to 70 million. But let's just take a look here. I'm trying to find. Yes, yeah, because again, So they're talking about if they get the 45 million for Garnacho, could kickstart United and will need to continue their own transfer business. A new striker is expected to be the priority, with a midfielder, wingback, goal keeper all said to be on their radar. Always love when they get those polls out. So yeah, that article doesn't really explain much, especially with the way the title is. But yeah, once you sell him, maybe the funds that we get can bring in 4 new signings, including a goalkeeper. I think I saw one. What was it? I saw one where we're looking at getting a goalkeeper, but that's if we were looking to sell Onana, if we can sell Onana. Actually, here's one more. Here's one more thing I just saw. What's the date of this? Oh, this is from 2 weeks ago. This is from 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. There's nothing really updated because, again, ladies and gentlemen, you all get this stuff as well. So that's, yeah. Yeah. Again, there's nothing new to update right now. When we get the official word of Bramo, yes, I will be back with an episode to talk, but I can give you speculations. I can give you stuff too. But yes, I am back. It's good to be back. I'll try to get an episode out this weekend, one more before I go. Hopefully it's saying Embuemo, here we go. Players are reporting to Carrington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, including today. They report to Carrington to start preparing for the preseason. Will I be going to any of the preseason games? I don't know. One is in Chicago. The other one is New Jersey. And I'm not anywhere close to those cities. So who knows? But yes, I will be back with a new episode. And yes, I will actually be back. Not me saying I'll be back to discuss the day after the final and end up being in Europe for a couple days, not getting a new episode in while having my recording equipment, which is the ultimate fail by me. But yes, I am back. I will make sure I do not do what I did again. I will do my best. Sometimes when you do this, it just happens. So I do apologize for those that listen. So, but yes, first episode back, kind of felt I may have repeated a few things, but it's just a matter of seeing how it goes. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I said I wasn't really going to talk much about the Garnacho situation with the Rashford jersey and whatever. I think enough people have gotten the gist of it. But yes, those four are the main to go. Antony, I would bring back out of the four if needed, but the three need to go. Just the attitude, the mentality, it just can't fit this club anymore. So, okay, yeah. So yeah, again, I will be back this weekend with a new episode as well. So yes, I'll be back this weekend. Catch up on more Manchester United. Hopefully, again, you're hearing the words Bryan Mbeumo has been signed by Manchester United, and everything is good to go. I hope that's what my new episode is going to be about. That's what I hope for. Because again, next episode might just be speculation. That's what's happening with a lot of things in the news report. This person could be here, and sometimes you just hear that from those clubs. They've never had a discussion. But don't forget, I forgot to mention this too. Don't forget to follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well, or X if you like to call it. So make sure to follow on those channels. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode as well. It felt good to be back. I'm not going to lie. It felt good to be back. But enjoy your weekend. I will be back this weekend for a new episode. Sorry if that's repetitive. Again, I know I always do this with my closing remarks. But yes, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, leave a comment as well. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.